Any guy who goes after a girl significantly younger than them is severely lacking in their life. And I mean that confidence-wise. I mean, like, they are falling short in so many places that is the only place they can turn to feel like they have something on the scale of power.
And ultimately it's predatory. There's just no way to because you're manipulating someone who is not aware of what they're giving you. Yeah. And it's unfair.
Well, not everybody should have their own podcast. I'm sorry, did a corn star and a woman who's famous for getting naked in a Robin Thicke video just assume the moral authority to tell men who they should and should not pursue? Just call a spade a spade. These two women are not trying to protect younger women from older predatory men. This is about them being bitter because they're no longer being pursued by those men. Ladies, if you spend your 20s indulging in your sexual promiscuity, going to the club with your girlfriends and having drinks and doing the hot girl summer and being run through by a bevy of dudes and trying to run up that body count, instead of pursuing a meaningful relationship with a high-value man, you can't then be bitter and scornful in your 30s and 40s when no one wants to settle down with you. Using your podcast as a platform to deride these older men who are now blowing you off in order to pursue younger women who still have their virtue intact is just bad form. Now, ladies, before you start mass reporting my video, understand I'm not saying that every woman in their 30s and 40s who is single is not virtuous. Also not judging anyone. If that's the way that you want to live your life in your 20s, 30s, and even your 40s, go right ahead, but you can't have your cake and eat it too. If you want to spend your youthful and fruitful years instead of pursuing a meaningful relationship with a high-value man that might last you well into your twilight years, there are consequences for that. And those consequences usually look like you being at home alone with your cats doing TikTok videos or going on a podcast complaining about men being the problem when they don't want to be with someone who has a body count as long as a CVS receipt.